Okay, this is the last of the stem changing verbs. There are only 3 different types. We have done you've seen the O to UE, E to IE. Now we'll continue with the E to I. We will keep in mind these 3 things. Our endings for AR, ER, IR will always be applicable, including stem changing verbs. Nosotros and vosotros will always be formed from the infinitive. That means there is never a stem change with nosotros and vosotros. The last one is indicating our subject-verb agreement. When you learn new verbs, it will be indicated if it requires any special accommodations. By this, I mean that verbs are regular, some are completely irregular, as we have seen with ser, ir. Some have a change in just the yo form, and we are currently studying the stem-changing verbs. So far, you have learned about O to UE and E to IE. In today's lesson, we will apply what we have done previously in the other stem-changing verbs with the E to I now. As the name suggests, we will be changing the E, that is present in the infinitive, to an I as we conjugate. But remember, never in the nosotros and vosotros forms. Let's take a look. Okay, as we see, pedir, which means to ask for, you need to be copying this information to your notebooks. Please note that pedir, to ask for, the for is a part of the meaning of the verb. For example, I am asking for gift cards for my birthday. Since this is an E to IE stem changing verb, notice that the E right here is now changing to an I in all these subject pronouns that are highlighted in blue. It takes the form of maybe a boot if we use our imagination a little bit. As previously mentioned, nosotros and vosotros never have a stem change. The E is still here that we see in the infinitive here. Repetir, maybe even a cognate if we look, does the same thing. It follows the rules. Stem changing verb. This E will change to an I. Yo repito, tú repites, usted, él, ella repite. No change en nosotros, repetimos. No change en vosotros, repetís. And then the ustedes, ellos, ellas repiten. There's the change. Yo always ends in O. Here's a list of some common E to I stem changing verbs. Pedir, to ask for. Competir, to compete. Repetir, to repeat. Servir, to serve. The 3 on the right here, there's a little bit of a change or accommodation that we have to make in the yo form. And this is just to maintain the original sound heard in the infinitives. For example, in the verb corregir, you hear the J in Spanish, or the H that we would say in English, or this G. Okay, think of the name Juan. You've got the H going on. If we were to conjugate corregir and not change this G to a J, then the conjugation would be corrigo, and it is pronounced corrigo. Just as in English, a G-O sounds go. Therefore, we must change the G to a J to keep that original sound in the pronunciation. We come back to the regular G for corriges because we have a different vowel. This is the same in elegir. You've got the gir, and if you had a G here, it would be eligo, and that doesn't mean anything to the original sound. So we have to say yo elijo, and then tú eliges. The G is back because of this vowel E. Seguir, the same issue. Yo sigo, it's a G-O, not the U, because of our pronunciation rules. Sigues, we've got to have the U back in there because of the vowel. Okay, let's practice. Push a pause. Copy these into your notes and try to answer them and then translate them into English. Lastly, our famous verb conjugation website, Conjuguemos. If you go here, click on Use Without Account, then go to number 4 for stem changing verbs in the present tense. And it's a good suggestion, I believe, that if you switch the verbs into English, you need to go to Settings, switch the verbs into English. This is where you can also take out vosotros if you don't want to practice the vosotros. But this will help you learn the meanings of the verbs as well as how to conjugate them. I have posted in Canvas a list of common stem changing verbs that you should download and copy into your notes so that you have this to work with as we progress through the remaining part of the semester.